teams taking on the New Orleans Saints right now. What does Dallas have to do to hang in this game?
There's a little screen to Elliott. 10-5, touchdown.
Breeze almost, and he is picked.
It is a fair statement now to make that the Dallas Cowboys have announced themselves.
Oh, what a throwback Thursday it was.
Themselves. Wow, yeah. That was literally on a Thursday night, too.
Right? Thursday night football, big stage. Cowboys win 13-10 against the Saints, but it's all about this year. This Sunday night football. Welcome into Cover 4.
Jason Garrett.
I'm sorry. I got the JG vibes going on right
only
now.
about this year.
Okay. It's about now.
You're right.
Dave, Tay, Barry, let's do this. Before we can move on and talk about the Saints this year, let's just relive what last year meant to this team. Talked to a lot of guys in the locker room yesterday, Dave, who said that is what made us know that we are a different defense and we could really go to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely. And you heard it from the voice of the Cowboys himself, Brad Sham, last year. They announced themselves. Like, holding Drew Brees to 10 points is still one of the most incredible things I've seen covering the Cowboys.
And Jordan Lewis had a big game.
Sure did.
That guy, let's see him do that this weekend. Anthony Brown, there were guys that were stepping up in a big way last year.
I know, Barry, for me watching the game, it was all about what the defense was doing. Obviously, Cowboys scored 13 points, but there were times where Jalen Smith met Alvin Kamara in the hole, and it was just like tone-setting things from this defense.
Oh, he was extremely physical in that game. I mean, you saw he got fined, I believe, for one of the hits he had on Kamara. And who else did a great job for me was Byron Jones on Michael Thomas, I believe. I think
It's
he did
his
a great
birthday.
job. It is his birthday.
Michael Thomas was a non-factor.
It was a non-factor. Byron Jones shut him down on his way to a Pro Bowl year.
Jalen, that's a 3rd and 5 right there.
Yes.
Stopped, holds him to a field goal right on the goal line.
Yes.
DeMarcus Lawrence gets a 4th down stop on the goal line of Kamara. They played so well. And honestly, I love kind of the juxtaposition of that game and this one because they've been good, but this defense hasn't been like that so far this season. I mean, that is as lights out as I've ever seen a defense play. Obviously, Breeze isn't part of this game this year. Still a chance to go out on the big stage, Sunday Night Football, and announce yourselves again. I like
I
it.
know we talked about uniforms yesterday, but I wish they were wearing this color rush
What are they
this
wearing
weekend.
this week?
They're wearing the navies, baby. Navy and gray, I believe. Which
We can do that.
I wonder, does that mean the Saints are going to wear their color rush or their whites? I don't know. We'll see.
The
I don't
black
cover the
looks
Saints.
good no matter what.
true.
Let's go back into the locker room from yesterday with Ezekiel Elliott recognizing another one of the best backs in the league in Alvin Kamara.
I like his versatility. He's a guy who's going to be able to run inside, he can run outside. He's just as good as a receiver. So, he's a guy that does it all. And, he's definitely an important part of the offense.
All right. It's fun to talk about Zeke every week. It's really fun to talk about Alvin Kamara as well because they're so different. But, guys, these two backs are about to go nose to nose.
This is your favorite thing we've ever done, I think.
Get it.
Whatever.
If you blink, you'll miss it. I love it. You call players young bulls. Well, with the bull ring, there's nothing more perfect than that. And honestly, that's what this
The
game is.
headband swag as well.
That's what this game is all about. Like, Zeke is Zeke. We know all about that. But again, go watch the Seattle game. It's all about Alvin Kamara in this matchup. They throw it to him. He runs. It's going to be all hands on deck.
He's an all-purpose back.
He's all-purpose, and I feel like these backs are a little bit more similar than people give them credit for. I think they're both really good downhill runners, one-cut downhill runners. I wouldn't call them the shiftiest backs in the league, but their ability to break tackles is up there with anybody's. And receivers, I think Kamara could be one of the best receivers out of the backfield. I think Zeke is good as well. He's just not the ass as much as Kamara is.
I'm not convinced I needed to see their pores. Like, I'm not 100% sure of that. But, no, I completely agree with you. And, Barry, watching the Seahawks, I wanted to ask you about this actually, is you look at Kamara, he is so good at breaking tackles. Like, he doesn't present a tackling surface to guys when he gets downfield. Like, what is that like as a safety? The way he's in constant motion, it's hard to get a read on him.
It's super hard. And like I said before, when you're playing center field and you got a guy like that coming at you, and he's not necessarily Barry Sanders shifty, but the way, like you said, his surface to hit is very slim. He's able to get his shoulder square and able to get through that line of scrimmage with a lot of power. And it's hard to bring a guy like that down.
I have so much respect for Bobby Wagner. And he's one of the best players in the entire league. And Kamara made him and
Embarrassed him.
all of his teammates look silly.
bad.
Wagner even said it. And that's when I knew it was real deal, when Wagner was like, that guy's good.
Is it frustrating in practice nowadays, Barry, I guess for both teams, to not be able to simulate, I guess, chasing these guys down and finding them, because you can't tackle anybody, but you got to be able to practice and get ready for these guys.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you go into the practice field, and you're supposed to just thud up and all that stuff, but getting ready for that in the game is completely different. And I'm interested to see how they tackle Kamara out there this week.
Alvin Kamara should be so excited that Ezekiel Elliott is coming to town this weekend, so you can give him a gift, because Zeke's contract changed the game for him.
Smart. I like that.
He is going to be in negotiations in March.
And he's not a first-round pick, so he's only got 1 year left after this. Yeah, I bet he's got a payday coming his way.
Yeah.
Shall see.
I was just laughing, thinking, what if they're like, no, you're a receiver?
No. Hey, receivers make more money than running backs.
All right,
so I
fine.
think
Let's
he'd be
take
fine with
it.
that.
Take either.
Yeah, times are crazy in the NFL. Let's go behind enemy lines, talk about the matchups of the weekend. We talked about a couple that both teams are going to see in these running backs, but there's so much more to that. Even without Drew Brees, I feel like they're looking at this game the same as they were last year, that it's just going to be as challenging.
Yeah. I'm a football hipster. I think everybody knows that. Like,
What is a football hipster?
I like the undersold storyline. I don't want to talk about the Pro Bowlers and the All-Pros, and that's why I'm looking at Malik Collins and Larry Warford. I think if there's a weakness on this awesome Saints offensive line, the tackles are incredible. Ryan Ramczyk and Teron Armstead. Their guards, maybe not so much. Andrus Peat is good, not great, and I think Larry Warford is the weak link. Malik Collins. Help your defensive ends out, get some push on the pocket, make Teddy Bridgewater uncomfortable, make him leave the pocket. I think if he can do that, it could be huge for the Cowboys.
We talked about Malik a lot in the preseason. How's he done through 3 weeks to you guys?
I think he's played positive role.
He's been disruptive.
Yeah, he's been.
Disruptive. That's a good word for
He's
him.
been disruptive. You want to get guys on the ground. I mean, sacks are what get people paid. Malik's in a contract year. He knows that. He got on the ledger against the Dolphins.
All right, Tay, who's your matchup?
I'm looking at Amari Cooper and Marshawn Lattimore. Yes, last year they did well in the 2018 matchup, but I want to see what Amari Cooper can do this weekend. Now he's on the injury report with ankle. We're still learning what that could be. Knock on wood, it's nothing too serious. But Marshawn Lattimore is a serious cornerback. He did well last weekend against Seattle. I just want to see Amari Cooper continue this streak. He has a touchdown in every game so far. Do it again this weekend.
Barry?
My matchup of the week is going to go to the linebackers, Vander Esch and Smith versus Kamara. I'm interested to see how they match up with him in the slot when he's coming out of the backfield on his routes and in the open field. Last year, they were able to harness his ability and basically contain him down in there with all their physicality. So I'm wondering if they're able to do the same thing this year and if they're up for the task.
You got to get him on the ground.
They got to.
I think the main thing for the whole game is if you can tackle Alvin Kamara.
Everyone has been talking about tackling. You sensing anything weird going on with the linebacker group so far this season? I'm just seeing fans asking a lot of questions like, what's going on? Jalen, other guys coming in. Sean Lee's been quiet.
It's kind of what we talked about at this top of the week, right? Like, is the defense bad or are the expectations just so high? Like, I don't think they've been bad by any stretch. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I don't think they've played like they did against the Saints last year. I mean, they have not hit that level. They would tell you that. That's the goal. I don't think they've been bad. I think they can be a lot better, though.
D-Law said yesterday that he's going to say "we dat."
Yeah,
that's his saying this week.
When you say who dat, you open yourselves up for that.
I'm so happy he's in the locker room.
Oh,
it's a blessing.
Thank God.
Would you consider that bulletin board material, though?
Not as bad as when he said that the Cowboys were going to choke him out last year. So
he did say he did. He backed it up.
He backed it up. I'm just saying, like, he toned it down just like a little bit.
And he does it every. If you listen, he does it every week. He does. If you listen, he said DeMarcus Keenum a couple weeks ago.
He does not care. He does not care, and I love it.
Let's go to Throwback Thursday 2009. It is hard to believe that was a decade ago. Cowboys, Saints. Wow, if you don't feel old, you do now. Let's take a look. Anybody remember this guy?
Yeah,
Number 9.
I remember watching this game on the other side because I was, probably a 20-year-old Saints fan. Saints were rolling 13-0. Cowboys, you didn't think they were going to have DeMarcus Ware. Guess what? That was wrong. He gets 2 sacks.
DeMarcus Ware.
He sacked Drew Brees on 4th down, to end the game, 24-17. This, and Saints fans, let me tell you from the other side of the rivalry, Saints fans love winning this game. Because the Cowboys are right next door. The Cowboys have had more success. So for the Saints' 13-game win streak to be ended by the Cowboys was devastating. And so, I mean, I know Saints fans get hyped for this. I think it'll be the same this weekend.
And it's home, too.
Yeah.
It's going to be a hype game.
Yeah.
2-minute drill. Dave, you'll probably try to take this one all to yourself.
Oh, no.
Let's discuss.
Not me. I
Some
don't do that.
Dave doesn't talk that much.
Oh, actually, I want to hear what they have to think.
Okay.
I want to hear what they think about Louisiana cuisine because I can't go all day.
Food?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not that versed in Louisiana cuisine, but I
guy.
had some good gumbo before. Is that considered?
Yeah, absolutely. It is.
Definitely.
Shrimp po' boy here and there.
Oh wow! Now we got crawfish. Taylor doesn't like crawfish.
I love crawfish.
Oh, crawfish is considered a.
What about you, T. Stern?
I love beignets. Give me beignets every single day of the week, just like nuggets. I'll take them all day, every day.
this is making-
Beignets.
there you go.
have to wear all white with the powdered sugar. It's a very clutch move.
Okay.
Yeah.
There it is. That's the answer's right there. Po' boys.
Po' boys? Oh.
That looks like.
I'm with it, Dave. But
That looks like fried
too
oyster.
much mayonnaise
Okay.
can ruin one.
Too much mayonnaise can ruin anything. Let's be very clear.
That's a
about
life
that,
motto
but-
if I've ever heard one.
Are crawfish considered?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so I'm
Unfortunately,
sold now.
it's not crawfish season right now, which is a bummer because we're about to go to New Orleans for this game. But a good crawfish boil is just amazing. But no,
Shout out Brian Broaddus, who always
Oh,
takes care
he's
of
so
the team
good.
with the crawfish boil.
too much mayonnaise can ruin a po' boy. But a good fried shrimp po' boy with some hot sauce.
For anyone going to the game, you're a NOLA native. Where
Yeah.
should they go?
You should go to Parkway Tavern and get a fried shrimp po' boy. Maybe a surf
Wow.
and turf with
Yum.
roast beef and fried shrimp.
Okay.
Yeah,
Travel
I'm just saying.
day.
I'm just saying.
300 pounds leaving.
No, seriously, I'm gonna go on Sunday before the game. We don't have to be at the stadium till 5. It's gonna be incredible.
Oh my gosh,
Come
that's
find
great.
me. Come find me.
So
I don't care.
football hipster
Maybe.
and foodie.
Come find
Yeah,
Dave.
for sure.
Go hang out with Dave.
Wait,
this weekend.
everybody
Find
go
me.
find Dave at Parkway
Send us
Tavern.
pictures.
Parkway
Yes.
Tavern, Sunday afternoon.
That is happening.
I'll be there.
We are dipping out. Thanks for coming, guys. We will see you tomorrow. We're going to have much more. Don't you guys love Friday shows?
I certainly
It's
do.
going to be so
Yes.
fun. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
I love
Parkway
Fridays.
Tavern before 5.
Yeah.